Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Wolters. And today we're in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And today we're going to answer a question that I have a lot is Rio safe? Look, Rio has issues. I'm not going to lie to you about that. But it's not as bad as they make it sound on TV. I mean, literally, you would have thought when we got out of the plane here in Rio, someone was going to shoot us and then rob us and then shoot us again and then stab us and then take our money again and somehow re-rob us, and then the mosquitoes were going to come in and suck all of our blood out of us and give us dengue fever and yellow fever and Zika and all these things. Look, there are issues here, but it's not as bad as they make it sound, but you do need to pay attention. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go through some safety tips for visiting Rio for travelers, so you're kind of better prepared. And since we're here on the beach, this is Leme Beach, I'm going to go through a few, and Copacabana's right down there, I'm going to go through some tips, starting here with the beach. First things first, no matter what beach you go to, you don't want to go to the beaches at night. It's not always safe. When you are choosing beaches to go to, make sure you ask your hotel, your hostel, hey, which beaches are kind of okay for tourists during the day or afternoon or things like that, because it can make a difference. I mean, we're here on Leme Beach because it is a safer one. So my kids can go playing and things like that, and I'm not so worried about it, okay? Another thing when you are at the beach, when you're looking to bring things, Caleb here, I'm not worried about losing him because someone will give him back, no problem. But the thing is, when you're coming to the beach, don't bring anything you don't want to lose. Because if you go on the water, you might want to try surfing or do something. Someone might take it or steal it or something like that. So just be careful with that. Now, when you are on the beach, you know, you want to make sure you keep your eyes open and things like that. You're going to use a conga, which is like a little wrap instead of a beach towel to sit on to make yourself look more local. And if you want to, the smaller your suit is, the more local you look, regardless of body type, okay? But we want to watch out for if you see kind of like groups of kids coming through the beach and stuff like that, you might want to pay attention because sometimes there's groups of kids that have been known to kind of rob people on the beach. Other things I want to warn you about is, one, talks about how you dress and how you hold your stuff. Look, if you've got iPhones or iPads or nice cameras and stuff like that, you want to be really careful with that. You know, maybe don't bring them to the beach, or don't be using it on the phone or on the bus or the metro playing games and stuff like that, because you make yourself a target. With your clothes, what I kind of look out for Rio is I wear clothes that look like I'm ready to go to the beach. I can literally take this off and go jump on the beach right now, and it kind of gives me a kind of level of clothing that I feel comfortable wearing, but also doesn't make me look too nice. Now, you will see people dressing nice sometimes here in Rio, but those are locals, and you're not a local, so you want to dress down when you're here. Also, with rings and earrings and stuff like that, you got to be careful, because if you're wearing all this bling, it makes yourself a target. Even if it's fake bling, it doesn't matter. It still makes you a target, so be careful with that. When you're taking public transportation on the buses or metro, you do want to pay attention. Make sure you got, if you're going in and off the bus or in and off the metro, put your backpack on the front just in case, because you want to watch out for those kind of things. Now, another thing I'll say about when you're traveling around the city is, there are the buses in the metro, but you can also take taxis. They're relatively inexpensive, and they go everywhere where you want to go. Now, the guys don't usually speak too much English, so that might be something. So you might want to have your address written down, stuff like that, to show them where you want to go. Your hotel will help you out there. I have found, actually, that here in Rio, a lot more of the hotel people speak some English versus other parts of Brazil, so that's kind of cool. Another thing with public transport is be careful when you're crossing the street. Look, it may say a red light that way and you have the green to go, make sure you're still looking, because I think it's like a city pastime to run red lights. So make sure you are paying attention. It seems like the bigger the vehicle, the more likely they are to run the light. So do be careful with that. But the thing is, Rio does have its issues, and you got to be smart. Just like you go anywhere in the world, we've gotten robbed in Italy, and we've had bad things happen to us in Canada and stuff like that. And here in Rio, it is a little bit higher, but it's not so horrible that you shouldn't come here, because the city really is a fun place and a great place to go. We've got videos on things you're going to love and hate here, and 10 things that'll shock here, and things you need to know before you come here, because Rio is fantastic. And now, I know when my Brazilian friends, when I told them I'm coming to Rio, they're all like, hey, watch out. Like my friend Fernando, hey, watch out. And Luciano, hey, watch out. Be careful when you're going there. And you do need to be careful. You do need to pay attention, just like you do anywhere in the world. Whether you're going to Rome or you're going to Paris or you're going to Rio, you always need to pay attention. And especially when you're going to the main sites, make sure you keep your wits about you. Leave your important documents and stuff like that at the hotel, because you never know what's going to happen. And the thing is, if someone tries to rob you, just say, here you go. Just give it to them. Just give it to them. It's not worth it, because you mean nothing to them if they do rob you. So just give it to them. They'll let you go. Just give it to them and walk away. I know there's some tips that people do have, like just get a little old flip phone so you can make phone calls, not your smartphone when you're out. Keep just, some money in each of your 2 pockets, so if they rob you can give them that money and they'll go away. There are some other tips, don't wear the nice watches and rings and jewelry like I talked about. But in honesty, we've really enjoyed our time in Rio, and it is a fantastic place. Don't let the news stories scare you to death about coming here. It is a really cool city, but you do need to pay attention. I'm not going to say it's the safest city in the world, because it's not. But it's not as bad as they make it sound. So I hope this helped you know a little bit more about if you feel safe about going to Rio. We're here with our family. My kids are back there playing, and we're having a good time. So we hope you will too, and we'll say adeus do Rio. Bye from Rio.